Hi guys, I'm back. Today I'm going to read Numbers 3 to 9, Proverbs 3, and Psalm 130. Let's get started. These are the generations of Aaron and Moses at the time when the Lord spoke with Moses on Mount Sinai. These are the names of the sons of Aaron. Nadab the firstborn and Abihu, Eleazar and Ithamar. These are the names of the sons of Aaron. They anointed priests whom he ordained to serve as priests. Like Nadab and Abihu died before the Lord, when they offered unauthorized fire before the Lord in the wilderness, the Sinai, and they had no children. So Eleazar and Ithamar served as priests in the lifetime of Aaron their father. And the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, "Bring the tribe of Levi near and set them before Aaron the priest, that they may minister to him. They shall keep guard over him and over the whole congregation before the tent meeting, as they minister at the tabernacle." You shall guard all the furnishings of the tent of meeting, and keep guard over the people of Israel as they minister to the tabernacle. And you shall give the Levites to Aaron and his son, and they are wholly given to her among the people of Israel. And you shall appoint Aaron and his son, and they shall guard their priesthood. If any outsider comes near, he shall be put to death. And the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, "Behold, I have taken the Levites from among the people of Israel, instead of every firstborn who opens the womb among the people of Israel. The Levites shall be honored for all the firstborn armor. On the day that I struck Israel down all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, I consecrated for my own the firstborn, all the firstborn in Israel, both of men and of beasts. They shall be mine. I am the Lord." And the Lord spake to Moses in the wilderness of Sinai, saying, "List the sons of Levi, by father's houses and by clans. Every male from a month old and upward ye shall list." And Moses listed them according to the word of the Lord, as he was commanded. And these are the sons of Levi by their names: Gershon and Kohath and Merari. And these are the names of the sons of Gershon by their clans: Libni and Shimei. And the sons of Kohath by their clans: Amram, Izhar, Hebron, and Uzziel. And the sons of Merari by their clans: Mali and Mushi. These are the clans of the Levites by their fathers' houses. To Gershon belonged the clan of the Libnites and the clan of the Shimeites. These were the clans of the Gershonites. They are listed according to the number of all the males over a month old, and upward was 7,500. The clans of the Gershonites were to camp behind the tabernacle on the west, with Eliasaph the son of Lael as chief of the father's house of the Gershonites. And the guard duty of the sons of Gershon in the tent of meeting involved the tabernacle, the tent with its covering, the screen for the entrance of the tent of meeting, the hangings of the court, the screen for the door of the court that is around the tabernacle, and the altar and its courts, all the service connected with these. Kohath belonged to the clan of the Amramites, and the clan of the Israelites, and the clan of the Hebronites, and the clan of the Uzzielites. These are the clans of the Kohathites. According to all the number of males a month old and upward, they were 8,600, keeping guard of the sanctuary. And the clans of the sons of Kohath were to camp on the south side of the tabernacle, was Elizaphan the son of Uzziel as chief of the house of the clans of the Kohathites. And their guard duty involved the ark, the table, the lamps, and the altars, the vessels of the sanctuary with which the priests minister, and the screen, all the service connected with these. And Eleazar the son of Aaron the priest was to be chief over the chiefs of the Levites, and to have oversight of those who kept guard over the sanctuary. To Merari belonged the clan of the Mahalites and the clan of the Mushites. These are the clans of Merari. Listing according to the number of all the males from a month old and upward was 6,200, and the chief of the father's house of the clans of Merari was Zuriel the son of Abihail. They were to camp on the north side of the tabernacle, and the appointed guard duty of the sons of Merari involved the frames of the tabernacle, the bars, the pillars, and all their accessories, all the service connected with these, and also the pillars around the court, with their bases and pegs and cords. Those who were to camp before the tabernacle on the east, before the tent meeting, toward the sunrise, were Moses and Aaron and his sons, guarding the sanctuary itself to protect the people of Israel, and any outsider who came near was to be put to death. All those listed among the Levites, who Moses and Aaron listed at the commandment of the Lord, by clans, by all the males from a month old and upward were 22,000. And the Lord said to Moses, "List all the firstborn males of the people of Israel from a month old and upward, and taking the number of their names. And you shall take the Levites and the Lord instead of all the firstborn among the people of Israel, and the cattle of the Levites instead of all the firstborn among the cattle of the people of Israel. So Moses listed all the firstborn among the people of Israel, as the Lord commanded him, and all the firstborn males according to the number of names, from a month old and upward, as listed, were 22,273. And the Lord said to Moses, take the Levites instead of all the firstborn among the people of Israel, and the cattle of the Levites instead of their cattle. All the Levites shall be mine. I am the Lord, and it is the redemption price of the 273 of the firstborn of the people of Israel. Over and above the number of the male Levites, you shall take 5 shekels per head. You shall take them according to the shekel of the sanctuary, and give the money to Aaron and to his sons as a redemption price to those who are able. So Moses took the redemption money from those who were over and above those redeemed by the Levites. And the firstborn of the people of Israel, he took the money, 1,365 shekels by the shekel of the sanctuary. And Moses gave the redemption money to Moses and Aaron and his sons, and according to the word of the Lord, as the Lord commanded Moses. The Lord spoke to Moses and Aaron, saying, take a census of the sons of Kohath from among the sons of Levi, by their clans and their fathers' houses, from 30 years old up to 50 years old, all who can come on duty, and we will to do the work in the temple. This is the service of the sons of Kohath in the temple. They met holy things. When they came to Sittim, Aaron and his sons shall go in and take down the veil of the screen and cover the ark of the testimony with it. And they shall put on it a covering of goat skin and spread on top of it a cloth of oil blue, and put in it, and they shall put in its poles, and over the table of the bread of the presence, they shall spread a cloth of blue and put on the place the dishes for incense, the bowls, and the flagons for the drink offering, and the regular showbread also shall be on it. And they shall spread over them a cloth of scarlet, and cover the same with the covering of goatskin, and shall put in its poles. And they shall take a cloth of blue and cover the lampstand for the light, with its lamps, its tongues, its trays, and all the vessels for oil with which it is supplied. And they shall put it with all its utensils and the covering of goatskin, and put on the carrying frame. And with the golden altar they shall spread a cloth of blue and cover it with the covering of goatskin, and you shall put it in its poles. And they shall take all the vessels of the service that are used in the sanctuary, and put them in a cloth of blue, and cover them with a covering of goatskin, and put them on the carrying frame. And they shall take away the ashes from the altar, and spread a purple cloth over it. And they shall put on it all the utensils of the altar, which are used with the service there, the 5 pans, the forks, the shovels, and the basins, all the utensils of the altar. And they shall spread on it a covering of goatskin. They shall put in it its poles. And when Aaron and his sons have finished covering the sanctuary and all the furnishings of the sanctuary, as the camp sits there, after that the sons of Korah shall come to carry these, and they must not touch the holy things lest they die. These are the things of the tent of meeting that the sons of Korah are to carry. And Eleazar the son of Aaron the priest shall have charge of the oil for the light, the fragrant incense, the break of the grain offering, and the anointing oil, with the oversight of the whole tabernacle and all that's in it, of the sanctuary and its vessels. The Lord spake to Moses and Aaron, and say, let not the tribe of the clans of the Kohathites be destroyed from among the Levites, but deal thus with them, that they may live and not die when they come near to the most holy things. Aaron and his sons shall go in and appoint them, each to his task and to his bed, but they shall not go in to look on the holy things even for a minute, lest they die. The Lord spake to Moses, saying, take a census of the sons of Gershon also, and by their fathers' houses and by their clans. And from 30 years old up to 50 years old, you shall list them all you shall listen, all who can come to do duty, to do service in the tent of meeting. And this is the service of the clans of the Gershonites, in serving and bearing bands. They shall carry the curtains of the tabernacle and the tent of meeting with its covering and the covering of goatskin that is on top of it, and the screen for the edges of the tent of meeting, and the hangings of the cord, and the screen for the edges of the gate of the court that is around the tabernacle and the altar, and their cords and all the equipment for their service. And they shall do all that needs to be done with regard to all the service of the sons of the Gershonites shall be at the command of Aaron and his sons, in all that they are to carry and in all that they have to do. And you shall assign to their charge all that they are to carry. This is the service of the clans of the sons of the Gershonites in the tent of meeting, and their guard is to be under the direction of Ithamar the son of Aaron the priest. And as for the sons of Merari, you shall listen by their clans and their fathers' houses. From 30 years old up to 50 years old, you shall listen, everyone who can come on duty, to do the service of the tent of meeting. And this is what they are charged to carry, as the whole of the service in the tent of meeting, the frames of the tabernacle, with their spars, pillars, and bases, and the pillars around their court, with their bases, pegs, and cords, with all their equipment and all their accessories. You shall list by name the objects that they are required to carry. This is the service of the clans of the house of Merari. the whole of their service of the Chinese under the direction of Ithamar, the son of Aaron the priest, Moses and Aaron and the chiefs of the congregation who enlisted the sons of the Kohathites, how they cleansed in their fathers' houses, and 30 years old up to 50 years old. Everyone who could come unto you, the service in the tent of meeting, and those listed by clans with 2,750. This was the list of the clans of the Kohathites, all who served in the tent of meeting, whom Moses and Aaron listed according to the command of the Lord by Moses. Those listed of the sons of Gershon by their clans and their fathers' houses, from 30 years old up to 50 years old. And everyone who can come on duty for service in the tent of meeting, those listed by their clans and their fathers' houses were 2,630. This was the list of the clans of the sons of Gershon, all who served in the tent of meeting, whom Moses and Aaron listed according to the commandment of the Lord. Those listed of the clans of the sons of Merari by their clans and their fathers' houses, from 30 years old up to 50 years old, and one who could come on duty for service in the tent of meeting. Those listed by clans were 3,200. And this is the list of the clans of the sons of Merari, whom Moses and Aaron listed according to the commandment of the Lord by Moses. All those who were listed above the Levites, and Moses and Aaron and the chiefs of Israel listed by their clans and their fathers' houses, from 30 years old up to 50 years old. And what they could come to the service of ministry and the service of bearing burdens in the tent of meeting. Those listed were 8,580. According to the commandment of the Lord through Moses, they were listed, each one with his task of serving and carrying. House they were listed by him as the Lord commanded Moses. And the Lord spake to Moses, saying, command the people of Israel that they put out of the camp everyone who was leprous, or has a discharge, and everyone who was unclean to contact with the dead. You shall put out both male and female, putting them outside the camp, and they may not defile their camp, in the midst of which I dwell. And the people of Israel did so, and put them outside the camp. And as the Lord said to Moses, so the people of Israel did. And the Lord spake to Moses, saying, speak to the people of Israel, when a man or a woman commits any of the sins that people commit by breaking faith in the law, and that person realizes his guilt, he shall confess the sin that he has committed, and he shall make full restitution of his wrong, adding a fifth to it and giving it to him to whom he did the wrong. But if the man has no next of kin to whom restitution may be made for the wrong, restitution of wrong shall go to the law for the priest, in addition to the ram of atonement with which atonement is made from. And every contribution, all the holy donations of the people of Israel, which they bring to the priest, shall be his. Each one shall keep his holy donations. Whatever anyone gives to the priest shall be his. And the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, speak to the people of Israel, if any man's wife goes astray and breaks faith with him, if a man lies with her sexually, and it is hidden from the eyes of her husband, and she is undetected, though she has defiled herself, and there is no witness against her, since she has not taken the act. And if the spirit of jealousy comes over him, and he is jealous of his wife, who has defiled herself, and if the spirit of jealousy comes over him, and he is jealous of his wife who has defiled herself, or if the spirit of jealousy comes over him, and he is jealous of his wife, though she has not defiled herself, then the man shall bring his wife to the priest, and bring the offering required of her, a tenth of an ephah of barley flour. He shall pour no oil on it, and put no frankincense on it. It is a grain offering of jealousy, a grain offering of remembrance, and bring iniquity to remembrance. And the priest shall draw her near, bring her near, and set her before the Lord. And the priest shall take holy water in an earthenware vessel, and some of the dust that is on the floor of the tabernacle, and put it into the water. And the priest shall set the woman before the Lord, and unbind the hair of the woman's hair, and place in her hands a grain offering of remembrance, which is the grain offering of jealousy. And in his hand the priest shall have the water benders that brings the cost. And the priest shall make it take an oath, saying, if no man has laid with you, and if you have not turned yourself to uncleanness while you are under your husband's authority, be free from this water bitterness that brings a curse. And if you have gone astray, though you are under your husband's authority, and if you have to food yourself, then some man other than your husband is laid with you, then the Lord make you a curse and an oath among your people. When the Lord makes your thigh fall away from your body, make your thigh fall away and your body swell. May this water that brings a curse pass into your bowels, and make your womb swell and your thigh fall away. And the Lord shall say, Amen, Amen. And the priest shall write these curses Write these curses in a book and wash them off into a water bitterness. And you shall make the woman drink the water bitterness. That brings the curse, and the water that brings the curse shall enter into her and cause bitter pain. And the priest shall take the grain offering of jealousy out of the woman's hand, and shall wave the grain offering before the Lord and bring it to the altar. And the priest shall take a handful of the grain offering as its memorial portion, and burn it on the altar, and after it shall make the woman drink the water. And when he has made her drink the water, and if she has devoted herself and has broken faith with her husband, the water that brings the curse shall enter into her and cause bitter pain, and her womb shall swell, and her thigh shall fall away, and the woman shall become a curse among her people. If the woman has not devoted herself and is clean, then she shall be free to and shall conceive children. This is the law in case of jealousy. When a wife, though under her husband's authority, goes astray and devotes herself, when the spirit of jealousy comes over a man, and he is jealous of his wife, he shall set the woman before the Lord, and the priest shall carry out for her all this law. The man shall be free from iniquity, but the woman shall bear her iniquity. And the Lord spake to Moses, and speak to the people of Israel, and say to them, and when either a man or a woman makes a special vow, the vow of another, to separate himself from to the Lord, he shall separate himself from wine and strong drink. He shall drink no vinegar made from wine or strong drink, and shall not drink any juice of grapes, or eat grapes, fresh or dried. All the days of his separation he shall eat nothing that is produced by the grapevine, not even the seeds of the skins. And all the days of his vow of separation, no razor shall touch his head, until the time is completed for which he separates himself to the Lord. He shall be holy, and he shall let the locks of hair on the of his head grow long. All the days that he separates himself to the Lord, he shall not go near a dead body, not even for his father or for his mother, to for brother or sister. If they die, shall he make himself unclean, because his separation to God is on his head. All the days of his separation he is holy to the Lord. If any man dies very suddenly beside him, and he defiles his consecrated hair, then he shall shave his head on the day of his cleansing. On the 7th day he shall shave it. On the 8th day he shall bring 2 turtle doves or 2 pigeons to the priest, to the entrance of the tent of meeting. And the priest shall offer one for a sin offering, and the other for a burnt offering, and make atonement for him, because he sinned by reason of the burnt offering, by reason of the dead body. And he shall consecrate his head that same day, and separate himself to the Lord from the days of his separation, and bring a male lamb a year for a guilt offering. But the previous period shall be void, and as his separation was to fill. And this is the law for the Nazarite. When the time of his separation is being completed, he shall be brought to the entrance of the tent of meeting. And he shall bring as a gift to the Lord 1 male lamb a year without blemish for a burnt offering, and 1 ewe lamb a year without blemish as a sin offering, and 1 ram without blemish as a peace offering, and a basket of unleavened bread. Those are fine flour mixed with oil, and an unleavened wafer smeared with oil, and a grain offering and a drink offerings. And the priest shall bring them before the Lord, and offer a sin offering and his burnt offering, and shall offer the ram as a sacrifice of peace offering to the Lord with a basket of unleavened bread. And the priest shall offer also its grain offering and his drink offering. And the Nazarite shall shave his consecrated head at the entrance of the tent of meeting, and shall take the hair from his consecrated head, and put on the fire that is under the sacrifice of the peace offering. And the priest shall take the shoulder of the ram when it is boiled, and 1 unleavened loaf out of the basket, and 1 unleavened wafer, and shall put them on the hands of the Nazarite, after he shaved the hair of his consecration. And the priest shall wave them for a wave offering before the Lord. They are a holy portion for the priest, together with the breast that is waved and the thigh that is contributed. After that, the Nazarite may drink wine. This is the Lord the Nazarite. If he vows an offering to the Lord above his Nazarite vow, as he can afford, in exact accordance with the vow that he takes, then he shall do an addition to the Lord the Nazarite. And the Lord spake to Moses, C.Jun and his sons, saying, thus he shall bless the people of Israel, and shall say to them, the Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord makes his face shine upon you, and be gracious to you. The Lord lift up his countenance upon you, and give you peace. So they shall put my name upon the people of Israel, and I'll bless them. On the day when Moses had finished setting up the tabernacle, and anointed and consecrated it with its furnishings, and anointed and consecrated the altar with all its utensils, the chief sages, or heads of their fathers' houses, who were chiefs of the tribes, who were over those who were listening, approached and brought their offerings before the Lord, 6 wagons and 12 oxen, a wagon for every 2 of the chiefs, and for each one an ox. They brought them before the tabernacle. Then the Lord said to Moses, set these from them, that they may be used in the service of the tent of meeting, and give them to the Levites, to each man according to his service. So Moses took the wagons and the oxen and gave them to the Levites. 2 wagons and 4 oxen he gave to the sons of Gershon according to their service, and 4 wagons and 8 oxen he gave to the sons of Merari according to their service. and under the direction of his mother's son Aaron the priest. To the sons of Kohath he gave none, because they were charged with the service of the holy thing. They had to be carried on the shoulder, and the chiefs offered offerings for the dedication of the altar on the day it was anointed. And the chiefs offered offerings for the dedication of the altar on the day it was anointed. And the chiefs offered their offering before the altar. And the Lord said to Moses, they shall offer their offerings for the dedication of the altar. He who offered his offering the first day was Nashon the son of Aminadab of the tribe of Judah, and his offering was 1 silver plate, whose weight was 130 shekels, 1 silver basin and 70 shekels, according to the shekel of the sanctuary, both of them 4 fine flour mixed with oil for a grain offering, 1 golden dish of 10 shekels full of incense, and 1 bowl from the herd, 1 bran, 1 male lamb ear for a burnt offering. 1 male goat for a sin offering, and for the sacrifice of peace offering, 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 male goats, and 5 male lambs ear. This was the offering of Nashon, the son of Aminadab. On the second day, Nathanael, the son of Zuar, the chief of Isaac, made an offering. He offered for his offering 1 silver plate, whose weight was 130 shekels, 1 silver basin of 70 shekels, according to the shekel of the sanctuary. Both of them full of fine flour mixed with oil for a grain offering. 1 golden dish of 10 shekels, full of incense, 1 bowl from the herd, 1 ram, 1 male lamb ear for a burnt offering, 1 male goat for a sin offering, and for the sacrifice of peace offerings, 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 male goats, and 5 male lambs ear. This was the offering of Nathanael, the son of Zuar. On the third day, Eliab, the son of Helon, the chief of the people of Zebulun. His offering was 1 silver plate. His weight was 130 shekels, 1 silver basin of 70 shekels, according to the shekel of the sanctuary. Both of them full of fine flour mixed with oil for a grain offering. 1 golden dish of 10 shekels full of incense, 1 bull from the herd, 1 ram, 1 male lamb ear for a burnt offering, 1 male goat for a sin offering, and for the sacrifice of peace offerings, 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 male goats, and 5 male lambs ear. This was the offering of Eliab, the son of Helon. On the fourth day, Eleazar, the son of Shador, chief of the people of Reuben. His offering was 1 silver plate, his weight was 130 shekels, 1 silver basin of 70 shekels, according to the shekel of the sanctuary. Both of them full of fine flour mixed with oil for a grain offering, and golden dish full of 10 shekels full of incense, and 1 bull from the herd, 1 ram, 1 male lamb ear for a burnt offering, 1 male goat for a sin offering, and for the sacrifice of peace offerings, 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 male goats, and 5 male lambs ear. This was the offering of Eliab, the son of Helon. On the fourth day, Eleazar, the son of Shittor, the chief of the people of Reuben. His offering was 1 silver plate, his weight was 130 shekels, 1 silver basin of 70 shekels, according to the shekel of the sanctuary. Both of them full of fine flour mixed with oil for a grain offering, and 1 golden dish of 10 shekels full of incense, and 1 bull from the herd, 1 ram, 1 male lamb ear on the for a burnt offering, 1 male goat for a sin offering, and for the sacrifice of peace offerings, 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 male goats, and 5 male lambs ear. This is the offering of Eleazar, the son of Shador. On the 5th day, Shelemiah, the son of Zurishaddai, the chief of the people of Simeon. His offering was 1 silver plate, his weight was 130 shekels, 1 silver basin of 70 shekels, according to the shekel of the sanctuary. Both of them were full of fine flour mixed with oil for a grain offering, 1 golden dish of 10 shekels full of incense, 1 bull from the herd, 1 ram, 1 male lamb ear for a burnt offering, 1 male goat for a sin offering, and for the sacrifice of peace offerings, 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 male goats, and 5 male lambs ear. This was the offering of Shelemiah, the son of Zurishaddai. On the 6th day, Eliasaph, the son of Deuel, the chief of the people of Gad. His offering was 1 silver plate, whose weight was 130 shekels, 1 silver basin of 70 shekels, according to the shekel of the sanctuary. Both of them full of fine flour mixed with oil for a grain offering, 1 golden dish of 10 shekels full of incense, 1 bull from the herd, 1 ram, and 1 male lamb ear for a burnt offering, 1 male goat for a sin offering, for the sacrifice of peace offerings, 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 male goats, and 5 male lambs ear. This was the offering of Eliasaph, the son of Deuel. On the 7th day, Elisha, the son of Hamahad, the chief of the people of Ephraim. His offering was 1 silver plate, whose weight was 130 shekels, and 1 silver basin of 70 shekels, according to the shekel of the sanctuary. Make them full of fine flour mixed with oil for a grain offering, 1 golden dish of 10 shekels full of incense, 1 bull from the herd, 1 male lamb, 1 ram, 1 male lamb ear for the burnt offering, 1 male goat for a sin offering, for the sacrifice of peace offerings, 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 male goats, and 5 male lambs ear. This is the offering of Elisha, the son of Ammihud. On the 8th day, Gamaliel, the son of Pedazur, the chief of the people of Manasseh, his offering was 1 silver plate, whose weight was 130 shekels, 1 silver basin and 70 shekels, according to the shekel of the sanctuary, with them full of fine flour mixed with oil for a grain offering, 1 golden dish of 10 shekels, full of incense, 1 bull from the herd, 1 ram, 1 male lamb yellow, for a burnt offering, 1 male goat for a sin offering, and for the sacrifice of peace offerings, 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 male goats, and 5 male lambs euro. This was the offering of Gamaliel, the son of Pedazur, on the 9th day of Eden, the son of Gideon, the chief of the people of Benjamin. His offering was 1 silver plate, his weight was 130 shekels. 1 silver basin is 70 shekels. According to the shekel of the sanctuary, both the 4 fine flour mixed with oil for a grain offering. 1 golden dish of 10 shekels, full of incense, 1 bull from the herd, 1 ram, 1 male lamb euro for a burnt offering, 1 male goat for a sin offering, and for the sacrifice of peace offering, 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 male goats, and 5 male lambs euro. This was the offering of Reuben, the son of Gideon. On the 10th day, Esau, the son of Amishad, the chief of the people of Dan, and his offering was 1 silver plate, whose weight was 130 shekels. 1 silver basin of 70 shekels, according to the shekel of the sanctuary, making the 4 fine flour mixed with oil for a grain offering. 9 golden dishes, 10 shekels, full of incense, 1 bull from the herd, 1 ram, 1 male lamb euro, for a burnt offering, 1 male goat for a sin offering, and for the sacrifice of peace offerings, 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 male goats, and 5 male lambs euro. This is the offering of Ahijah, the son of Amishad. On the 11th day, Pagiel, the son of Ochran, chief of the people of Asher. His offering was 1 silver plate, whose weight was 130 shekels, 1 silver basin of 70 shekels, according to the shekel of the sanctuary, with the 4 fine flour mixed with oil for a grain offering, 1 golden dish of 10 shekels, full of incense, 1 bull from the herd, 1 ram, 1 male lamb euro, for a burnt offering, 1 male goat for a sin offering, and for the sacrifice of peace offerings, 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 male goats, 5 male lambs euro. This was the offering of Pagiel, the son of Ochran. On the 12th day, here at the son of Eden, and the chief of the people of Naphtali. His offering was 1 silver plate, his weight was 130 shekels, 1 silver basin and 70 shekels, according to the shekel of the sanctuary. Both the whole fine flour mixed with oil for a grain offering, 1 golden dish of 10 shekels, full of incense, 1 bull from the herd, 1 ram, 1 male lamb euro, for a burnt offering, 1 male goat for a sin offering, and for the sacrifice of peace offerings, 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 male goats, and 5 male lambs euro. This is the offering of Ahijah, the son of Eden, and this is the dedication offering for the altar on the day when it was anointed. Each from the chief of Israel, 12 silver plates, 12 silver basins, 12 golden dishes, each silver plate weighing 130 shekels, and each basin 70. And all the silver of the vessels, 2,400 shekels, according to the shekel of the sanctuary. 12 golden dishes full of incense, weighing 10 shekels apiece, according to the shekel of the sanctuary. All the gold of the dishes being 120 shekels, all the cattle of the burnt offering being all the cattle for the burnt offering, 12 bulls, 12 rams, 12 male lambs euro, with a grain offering, 12 male goats for a sin offering, and all the cattle for a peace offering, 24 bulls, the rams 60, the male goats 60, the male lambs 60. This is a dedication offering for the altar after it was anointed. When Moses went into the tent of meeting to speak with the Lord, he heard the voice speak to him from above the mercy that was on the ark of the testimony. They were between the 2 cherubim, and he spoke to him. And now the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, "Speak to Aaron and say to him, and he set up the lamps. The seven lamps shall be of light in front of the lampstand. And Aaron did so, he set up its lamps. The stone lamp shall be of light in front of the lampstand. And Aaron did so, he set up his lamps in front of the lampstand, as the Lord commanded Moses. And this is the workmanship of the lampstand, hammered work of God. From its base to its flowers, it was hammered work. According to the pattern that the Lord had shown Moses, so he made the lampstand. And the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, "Take the Levites from among the people of Israel, and cleanse them. Thus you shall do to cleanse them, sprinkle the water of purification upon them, and let them go with a razor all over their body, and wash their clothes and cleanse themselves. Let them take a bull from the herd and its grain offering, a fine flour mixed with oil. And he shall take another bull from the herd for a sin offering, and he shall bring the Levites before the tent meeting, and assemble the whole congregation of the people of Israel. And even the Levites before the Lord, the people of Israel shall lay their hands on the Levites, and Aaron shall offer the Levites before the Lord as a wave offering from the people of Israel, that they may do the service of the Lord. And the Levites shall lay their hands on the heads of the bulls. They shall offer the one for a sin offering and the other for a burnt offering to the Lord, to make atonement for the Levites. And he shall set the Levites before Aaron and his sons. He shall offer them as a wave offering to the Lord. Thus he shall separate the Levites from the people of Israel, and the Levites shall be mine. And after that the Levites shall go into serve at the tent of meeting, when you have cleansed them and offered them as a wave offering, for they are wholly given to me from among the people of Israel. Instead of all who opened the firstborn of all the people of Israel, I have taken them for myself. For all the firstborn among the people of Israel, both of men of Israel, on the day when I struck down all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, I consecrated them for myself, and I have taken the Levites instead of all the firstborn among the people of Israel, and I have given the Levites as a gift to Aaron and his sons from among the people of Israel, to do the service of the people of Israel at the tent of meeting, and to make a chamber for the people of Israel, that there may be no plague among the people of Israel, and the people of Israel come near the sanctuary. Thus did Moses and Aaron and all the congregation of the people of Israel to the Levites, according to all that the Lord commanded Moses concerning the Levites. The people of Israel did to them, and the Levites purified themselves from sin and washed their clothes, and Aaron offered them as a wave offering before the Lord. Then Aaron made a chamber for them to cleanse them. And after that the Levites went in to do the service in the tent of meeting before Aaron and his sons. And as the Levites had commanded Moses concerning the Levites, so they did to them. And the Lord spake to Moses, saying, this applies to the Levites. From 25 years old and upward they shall come in to do duty in the service of the tent of meeting. And from the age of 50 years they shall withdraw from the duty of service and serve no more. They ministered to their brothers in the tent of meeting by keeping guard, and they shall do no service. Thus ye shall do to the Levites in assigning their duties. And the Lord spake to Moses in the wilderness of Sinai, in the first month of the second year after they had come out of the land of Egypt, saying, let the people of Israel keep the Passover at its appointed time. On the 14th day of this month at twilight, ye shall keep it at its appointed time. According to all its statutes and all its rules, ye shall keep it. So Moses told the people of Israel that they should keep the Passover. And they kept the Passover in the first month, on the 14th day of the month at twilight, in the wilderness of Sinai, according to all that the Lord commanded Moses. So the people of Israel did. And there are certain men who are unclean through touching a dead body, so that they cannot keep the Passover on that day. And they came before Moses and Aaron on that day. And those men said to him, we are unclean through touching a dead body. Why are we kept from bringing the Lord's offering at its appointed time among the people of Israel? And Moses said to them, wait, that I may hear what the Lord will command concerning you. And the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, say to the people of Israel, saying, if any one of you or your descendants is unclean through touching a dead body, or is on a long journey, you shall still keep the Passover to the Lord. In the second month, on the 14th day at the twilight, they shall keep it. They shall eat with unleavened bread and bitter herbs, and they shall leave none of it until the morning, nor break any of its bones. According to all the statutes for the Passover, they shall keep it. And if anyone who is clean and is not on a journey fails to keep the Passover, that person shall be cut off from his people, because he did not bring to the Lord's offering at its appointed time. That man shall bear his sin. And if a stranger sojourns among you and would keep the Passover to the Lord, according to the statute of the Passover, and according to its rules, so shall you do. You shall have one statute, both for the sojourner and for the native. On the day when the tabernacle was set up, the cloud covered the tabernacle, and the tent of the testimony, and at evening, when it was over the tabernacle, like the appearance of fire until morning. So it was always, the cloud covered it by day, and the appearance of fire I know. And whenever the cloud lifted from over the tent, after that the people of Israel set out, in the place where the cloud settled down. Now at the people of Israel came. And at the command of the Lord, the people of Israel set out, and at the command of the Lord they came. As long as the cloud rested over the tabernacle, they remained in camp. Even when the cloud continued over the tabernacle many days, the people of Israel kept the charge of the Lord and did not set out. Sometimes the cloud was a few days over the tabernacle, and according to the command of the Lord they remained in camp. And according to the command of the Lord they set out, and sometimes the cloud remained from evening until morning, and the cloud lifted in the morning. And they set out, or it was continued. Or if it continued for a day and a night, then the cloud lifted, they set out. And if it was 2 days or a month, or a longer time than the cloud. And then the cloud continued over the tabernacle, abiding there. When the people of Israel remained in camp and did not set out, but when they lifted, they set out. At the command of the Lord they came, and at the command of the Lord they set out. They kept the charge of the Lord at the command of the Lord by Moses. Proverbs 3. My son, do not forget my teaching, but let your heart keep my commands. For length of days and years, life and peace they will add to you. Let not steadfast love and faithfulness forsake you. Bind them around your neck, write them on the tablet of your heart, that you even find favor and good success in the sight of God and man. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and do not lean on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will make your path straight. And be not wise in your own eyes. Fear the Lord and turn away from evil. He will be healing to your flesh and refreshment to your bones. Honor the Lord with your wealth and with the first fruits of all your produce. And your barns will be filled with plenty, and your vats will be bursting with wine. My son, do not despise the Lord's discipline, nor be weary of his reproof, for the Lord reproves him whom he loves, as the Father the Son in whom he delights. And this is the one who finds wisdom, and the one who gets understanding from the gain is better. The gain from her is better than gain from silver, and a profit better than gold. She is more precious than jewel, and nothing you desire can compare with her. Long life is in the right hand, and the left hand are riches and honor. Ways of pleasantness, and all paths of peace. She is true life to those that lay hold of her. Those that hold her fast are called blessed. The Lord by wisdom founded the earth, by understanding he established by knowledge the heavens. By his knowledge the deep broke open, and the clouds dropped down the dew. My son, do not lose sight of these. Keep sound wisdom and discretion. There will be life for your soul, and adornment for your neck. Then you will walk on your way securely, and your foot will not stumble. If you lie down, you will not be afraid. When you lie down, your sleep will be sweet. Do not be afraid of sudden terror, or of the remnant of the wicked when it comes. The Lord will be your confidence, and will keep your foot from being caught. Do not withhold good from to those to whom it is due, when it is in your power to do it. Do not say to your neighbor, go and come again. Tomorrow I will give it when you have it with you. Do not claim evil against your neighbor. If he draws trustingly beside you, do not contend with a man for no reason, and he has done you no harm. Do not envy a man of violence, and do not choose any of his ways. For the devious person is abomination to the upright and his confidence. The Lord's face is on the house of the wicked, but he blesses the dwelling of the righteous. Toward the scorners he is scornful, but to the humble he gives favor. Wise will inherit honor, but fools get disgrace. Psalm 130. Out of the depths I cry to you, O Lord, hear my voice. Let your ears be attentive to the voice of my plea for mercy. If you are Lord, your mark will iniquity. O Lord, who can say, mercy there is forgiveness, that you may be fair. Wait for the Lord, my soul waits. In his word I heard, my soul waits for the Lord, more than watchmen for the morning, more than watchmen for the morning. Whereas I hope in the Lord, for to the Lord there is steadfast love, with him is plentiful redemption. They will redeem Israel from all his iniquities. Now the stone nation to the Lord's prayer. These very heads, the Father in heaven, hallowed be your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us today our daily bread. Forgive us the debts which Joseph gave our debtors. It is not a temptation, but deliver us from the evil one. For yours is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen. See you tomorrow. Bye.